this ain't perfect timing, I don't know what is, because and I'm chilling here doing my domain investigation, which is very tedious because I would much rather them make it so that we can do all 3 runs in one go. As I'm thinking all of this, I guess my prayers have been answered. The timing is impeccable. Just to give you guys an update on what on God's Green Earth is happening with JJK Phantom Parade, since you know, well, I've been playing it off screen, of course, but now we've got things to look at. Obviously, there's a live stream happening next week. Global is also on the move. We're almost there in terms of the half anniversary, so that's exciting. But in terms of the domain investigation, there is going to be a auto progression function. Hallelujah. So I am over the moon by that. I can now go about do my thing, let my game do its thing, and not have to just be like, because right now I've got it on auto, and so I'm just like, damn, now I've got to confirm it, I've got to go pick the chest, I've got to go pick my buffs, and then I can leave it on auto. So now the game itself will just run on its own. So happy days, happy days. Honestly, the only reason why I do it is for the medals. That's it. I need those medals. I need those damn medals. So once again, just let it do its thing. So that is dope. They've also added something else which I'm not aware of outside of it being for the potential system. So a new feature material conversion synthesis is coming soon. It's a function that allows you to convert the synthesis soul drops. In addition, a new item, deep refining powder, will be introduced along with addition of this function. Oh my god. Okay, well, just when I thought, at first I thought it was going to be these converting into these materials, that way we can carry on, continue on the potential system, but there might be more to do now. God damn it. March 20th. Alright, we'll see what this is about. But to me, with the imagery, it does look like that this might convert into this. So, but we'll see. We'll see. If it's a new mode, new game mode, then it'll keep us occupied. So can't go wrong with that. On top of with all of that, Global has got its next weekly update or bi-weekly update. So the next characters, now we've just had Nanami, now we just have Maki on Global. We had the general pool update. Hopefully you guys got some lucky pulls from there. Hopefully you managed to max out certain characters from the shop. And obviously on top of that, PT system is now implemented. One thing which I did mention is with the Nanami banner is that because the Nanami thing isn't exactly worth it, if you did want to maximize your pity whilst going for characters that are worth it, save for the next banners, next characters releasing after Nanami. And here we are. So oh god, look at this. I hate the developers so much right now. Like, this pisses me off. So first things first, starting in about 3 days time, we're going to be getting the blue Miwa, which we'll go over the 2 characters now, so that way I can just dive into showcases, of course. But blue Miwa will be the first character to release, and then the next newest character on March 28th will be Mai, of course, the red supporting Mai. So we've got the defender Miwa, the supporting Mai, or debuffer Mai, call it what you will. Now with all of that, obviously there's going to be events coming along too, so that's going to be fantastic. We're going to be getting story chapter, grade unlock, yay, yay. Help me please. Alright. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of events to do, so that's going to be a lot of ways to gain cubes. Fantastic. New story, more cubes, happy days, so we'll take that. And plus we're getting closer to the ending of it too, so that's going to be pretty cool to see if you haven't seen it already. Now with all of that, yeah, they're doing a rerun for Gojo and they're doing a rerun for Geto. Do you know how much this pisses me off? Because I summoned for Geto on my free-to-play account, doing 190 pulls, and now you... Yeah, I have no idea how badly I just want to uninstall this game right now. So let's start things off with Mai. So we've got the red debuffer, regular attack. So she's doing taijutsu damage, range taijutsu. Wait, what does that? Does that class as? Well, yeah, that makes sense because it's a bullet. Okay, that's fine. If special ammo state is active, Delay the selected enemy's action for 1 turn. This is a 10% chance. Can we buff that? No, we can't. Jesus. Alright, if enhanced ammo state is active, it changes the skill effect into deals 120% range taijutsu damage to all enemies, increases all enemies damage received by 20%. So that's pretty much where you want to be at over this. So it's not too bad for a first skill, to be honest. And then of course when it comes to the second skill, deals 150 regular taijutsu damage. Again, you got a 20% chance to delay the enemy's action, so 10% more. But if you have special ammo or enhanced ammo state is active, if own follow-up attack rate is 40%, increases own follow-up attack rate to 80% for 2 turns. Wait, if own follow-up attack rate is 40%, oh, it gives it another 40. Okay, that makes sense. And then deactivates own special ammo or enhanced ammo state. Activate special state ammo state for 3 turns. Oh, so the second skill triggers that. Okay, that's fine. And then skill 3, which is enhanced ammo. Oh, so skill 2 is this special ammo. Okay, so skill 3 is enhanced ammo. Deals 90% range taijutsu to all enemies. Increases all enemies damage received by 30%. If a special ammo or enhanced ammo state is active. Okay, so yeah, the rate up once again is okay. So they're doing the follow-up attack rate by 80% basically. That's fine. And then deactivates own special ammo or enhanced ammo state, and then activates enhanced ammo state for 3 turns. So you got a choice out of the 2, and then enhanced ammo is primarily where you want to be at the end of it all, so that we can maximize your first skill. Okay, and then the ultimate deals range combined damage of 300% of taijutsu, 100% of taijutsu, and 50% of Jujutsu. Increases selected enemies damage received by 80%. God damn! Wait, can we put that up? No, we can't. Okay, Jesus. Oh, that was a level 1 percentage damage output, so there you go. Increases own follow-up attack rate by 100%. Fantastic. Combination skill deals 75% range taijutsu damage, increases own and combo allies break damage by 10%, and then fills non-combo allies ultimate skill gauge by 110. Love that. And then in terms of the skills, when an ally target on the when an ally targets an enemy with a command skill or ultimate skill, deals 60% taijutsu damage to the allies selected enemy. Oh wait, Fingy's gonna love this. Toji's gonna love this. By the way, I don't have my. I don't have my. But for Toji, this is a nice little debuffer support unit. So that's out of 40%. If the ally targets multiple enemies, a random enemy will be hit. Damn. Okay. If special ammo state is active, deals 80% taijutsu damage to the ally selected enemy, and then delays the ally selected enemy action by 1 turn. 20% chance, unfortunate. If enhanced ammo state is active, deals 70% taijutsu damage to all enemies, increases all enemies damage received by 30%. I'm probably sticking with enhanced ammo if I'm being honest. If own HP is 50% or below, up to 1 time during battle, grants conceal status for 4 turns. So I believe that's just kind of like camouflage, you know, hiding away. So yeah, that's pretty much Mai in a nutshell. Very, very supportive. Again, she's got that in general to drop the enemy's damage received, so all can make good use of it. But for the red unit, yeah, it's primarily what, Toji, as well as, not Toji, sorry. Yeah, no, Toji and Yuta that are going to be benefiting from a lot from this, which is very, very nice. But yeah, that's Mai in a nutshell. And then looking at Miwa, who is a defense unit. So if sword sheath count is 1 or above, increases own damage by 7.5. The higher own sword sheath count is, the greater damage boost, up to 100%. Deals melee combined damage of 120 taijutsu and then 45 jujutsu. And then if sword sheath count is 5 or above, increases own critical hit rate by 35% for 3 turns, can't be stacked, and then decreases sword sheath count by 1. Okay, well that kind of evens out. Wait, no, this doesn't give us sword sheath. Okay, that's fine. Skill 2 grants counter status. Evades enemy attacks for 1 turn, 50% chance. Why is it 50? Why not 100? Increases own sword sheath by 1 up to 15, and then attracts the enemies to attack Miwa, of course. So that's fairly solid. especially if it's a counter-attacking move. That's actually not too bad. So counter status, when targeted by an enemy, single target, melee attack, and sword sheath count is 1 or above, it increases own damage by 20%. That's something which I don't know if people have noticed, but in terms of counter attack, it has to be a melee single target. So there is a slight downfall to these counter attacks. Miwa, I will say, or Miwas in general, because they all do counter attacking. So if the enemy does like a range Jujutsu AoE or range Jujutsu damage, you're going to get slapped. The higher own sword sheath, the greater the damage boost up to 50%, deals 150% melee combined damage of 100% taijutsu and 30% jujutsu as counter damage, increases own taijutsu damage by 10% for 3 turns, and then fills ultimate skill gauge by 110 and decreases sword sheath count by 1. And then the third skill, you're increasing your taijutsu and giving you 3 sword sheath counts. So taijutsu increases at 30%. And then lastly with the ultimate, if sword sheath count is 1 or above, increases in damage by 30%. Again, the more you have, the more of a damage boost you'll get. Deals melee combined damage of 824 taijutsu and 362 jujutsu. And then it increases selected enemy taijutsu received by 22%. If sword sheath count is 7 or above, reduces own taijutsu damage received by 15%, of course. And then when it comes to the melee combination, you get a taijutsu and jujutsu damage off towards the enemy, and you increase your damage output by 15%. In terms of the passive, when Crocate is performed, increases own sword sheath count by 2 at the start of each turn, and if the counter status is applied to self, increases sword sheath count by 1. At the start of each turn, depending on the sword sheath count, apply the following effects. Sword sheath count 1 to 3 decreases own taijutsu damage received by 15%. Sword sheath count 4 to 6 increases own break damage by 50%, and then at 7 or above, increases own critical hit damage by 50%. So this is pretty much Miwa in a nutshell. Again, she's a countering type of character. She was fairly solid when she initially dropped, of course. Still is fairly decent, I will say. Obviously both units are somewhat on par in their own way with what they're providing, of course. Now again, putting myself in the situation of how things were between Nanami and Inamaki, of course, I openly stated to say that Inamaki was the better character and that the developers did screw up by giving Nanami all the buffs that we were waiting for in terms of the improvements and not giving Inamaki anything when Inamaki is the better choice, so kind of screwing the player base over a little bit. Putting myself in those shoes again and obviously picking out of the two. First things first, if you are free to play and if you are a very, very minimal spender, do not concern yourself with these characters. We are too close now and we're about to get the best characters in the goddamn game, so trust me when I tell you, for the love of God, you do not need this Miwa. If you get it for free, fantastic, dope, cool. Yeah, you just, again, you wouldn't know, you just don't need. Alright, now to the pay-to-win peeps out there, wish you all the best of luck. Again, if you want to get both characters for collection values, do as you please. If you can only go for one, I would prioritize Mai, just because in overall manner, with harder difficult content and with content in general, she has just had the better usage, the better long-term play for content in general, just because of the debuffing that she has. It's an overall debuffing support character that can be applied in many situations. Miwa just won't find. I mean, you're more specific on Miwa, of course, because again, if there's any type of AoE range Jujutsu type play going on, she's just not going to fit on it. You're not going to make good use of the counter attack, and it's up to you if you want to apply a defender. I feel like most people just want to keep up with fully catering to their main DPS, right? I don't know. That's just kind of what I've seen and what I prefer in my team comms. But in terms of the usage and the usability and long-term wise, there's more to be gained from Mai than there is from Miwa. Both are good, don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting Miwa in any type of way, but if I had to pick out of the one or two, Mai would be the better choice for you to go for. So, yeah, that's my thoughts and process of it. But I'll do my showcases, you guys will see what these characters are capable of. But that is what is up next for Global.